Hello everyone, welcome back to masonjargarage. We're going to do a little something different in this video. I have behind me here, which I'll show you in just a minute, a used L83 5.3 liter Gen 5 Chevrolet engine that came out of a 2018 1500. It had lifter tick and it had, I think they said cylinder 3 was missing on it, but it was still running and running pretty well from what they told me. So I picked this up because my 2016 Suburban, that is my daily driver and I use it for hauling and everything else, right after I got it at about 80,000 miles, I put a tune on it to program out DOD and AFM, but I would like to physically delete those things as well so I don't have to worry about the lifters or anything else. And that the Suburban has about 153,000 miles on it at the moment, so it's getting to the point where I just like the peace of mind. I found this on Marketplace for 600 bucks. Went and picked it up. It's about 45 minutes away from me. This one has 117,000 miles on it, so it's already a lower mileage engine, but we are going to tear it basically all the way down. It's going to get re-ringed because all of these engines have oil blow-by issues anyway. So it's going to get re-ringed and fully re-gasketed top to bottom, and we should have a nice fresh engine at that point to throw in the Suburban. So this video is just going to be tear down, and then a couple of months from now we'll be doing 1 or 2 videos on reassembling it with all new parts. So I'm going to get started on that now. Hope you enjoy. So one thing I'm going to be doing through this whole process is bagging every single bolt that I take out of it and labeling that bag as to where it came from. I got a box of 300 Amazon basic little Ziploc style bags. These were like $7, and since I'm putting this engine back together, I want to know where everything goes. So I definitely recommend doing something like this if you're getting into a project like this. So I think first I'm going to try and pull the water pump off of it. I don't know if it's been off, like when they were doing the engine swap. I don't think it has. I just see one loose bolt here. I don't even think it actually goes through. So on these, this whole assembly holds the water pump, the thermostat, and temperature sensor. So I'm going to pull this whole thing off. I haven't decided yet if I'm just going to replace the pump and thermostat, or if I'm going to get the whole assembly and just replace it all. But I think that's where I'm going to get started on here, is just pulling that off of there and making sure that everything we take off, we're just going to catalog the bolts and see if we see any damage behind the scenes that you can't see from the outside of the engine. Let's pull this valley cover off, see what we see under there. Okay, that one was not tight, nor was that one. That's where the high pressure fuel pump goes. Give you a place to cry. There we go. That is remarkably clean down in there. And I'm going to replace everything, like the plugs and plug wires. But at the same time, I'm going to do my best not to break any of it. Now, as I was bringing this in the garage, it did tip over at one point. We didn't damage anything, but it spilled some oil. The oil that came out was actually pretty clean looking. I didn't see any sparkles in it. So let's hope, as we pull this apart, we don't see any evidence of problems with it yet. That is nice and clean, and everything in here is beautiful. All right, let's take a quick look in here. So as you can see, it is nice and clean. Got a little bit of oil down in there. It looks clean, no sparkles. Oh, let's see if this exhaust manifold's going to cooperate. We're missing a bolt here. So it's probably broke off in there. And yes, the bolt is broke off right there, but it's sticking out, so hopefully I can pull that out without too much hassle. They are all very uniform, wear and dirtiness. Now let's see if the Milwaukee has enough backbone to get them out. Oh, I missed one. And let's take the lifters off. And or not the lifters, rocker arms, and pull those push rods out. Listen, I should never be your guide for any of this stuff. I'm just a guy who pretends to know how to work on cars on the internet. Or pretends to kind of know how to work on cars on the internet. Anyone else here lose their damn magnet all the time? Because I do. I just lost that magnet. To be honest, I did see that coming. That first push rod I pulled out of there sure do look a little bent to me. Oh boy. Okay, so yes, that push rod is bent. And I want to say I took it off of this cylinder. I could be wrong. But it is definitely bent. I'll do like Eric on I Do Cars and check and see any of these seem to be loose. Just rock back and forth a little bit on the wrist pin, but nothing's moving. Alright, we got 2 lifters out. See if we can pull those other 2 out of here. They look beautiful. And that one has a line worn in it, but I can't catch it with my nail. That one's got a tiny bit of wear too, but nothing, again, nothing I can catch with my nail. Everything looks pretty good over here too. Now, the shop that replaced the engine in this truck said that cylinder 3 was throwing a misfire code. So, I expect to find something there, I would assume. Hopefully it's no worse than what we found on the other side, which wasn't throwing any codes. Yeah, the rest of them look fine. Just, I think that very first push rod is slightly bent. Well, we've got one weird head bolt. This front one looks like it's gonna need a giant Allen wrench. Hopefully I have that. Yeah, there. Just have to maneuver this around the dipstick. All these plugs look just fine. Okay, there we go. Why would you do that, GM? Looks like I'm leaking some coolant on this side. Alright, what are we going to find behind head number 2? I doubt it's going to be a brand new car. Well, cylinder 3 is black compared to the other ones. And I'm just guessing and looking at it that the exhaust valve is bent. Let's do the obligatory science. Nothing moved. I didn't really expect it to, but it's nice to know. cylinder 3. This lifter is fine. This one is not wanting to come out. Nope, that one will not come out. I'm worried it may be kind of a mushroom down on the cam side. That one came out easy. Everything looks good. Ooh. Got a little piece of something there. It's hard, whatever it is. This one has some wear on it. I don't know if you can see those two little grooves worn in it. That's right where the debris was laying. Hopefully that's far enough up to pull the cam. Alright, so I found my crank pulley tool. So I'm going to try and pull the crank pulley off tonight, and then I'm done for the night, because it's like 1 a.m. Alright, I got it out, and it wasn't violent or anything. It really was. That was in there good. You know, we may have bent that pusher out a little bit. That's okay. Yeah, you know, just a little. There we go. There we go. There's a little bit of muck down in the very bottom of the sump here. I don't know if you can see that. The rest of it's just oil. I think this is a needle bearing. There's several of them laying in the inside here, inside the upper pin. If those are needle bearings, and I've got one stuck lifter that won't come out, how much you want to bet they came from it? That seems fairly likely. These cam bolts are one-time use. Ooh. Yeah, this cam lobe right here is chewed up. The nail grabs that really, really easily. I don't know how well you can see that. Yep, that is chewed up pretty bad. Right here, there's actually a stamp right here, an M or a W. I'm not sure which one it's supposed to be, but there's also damage around it. Alright, well, we got the cam out of there. Let's see if we can knock that stuck lifter through and be completely done with this. Yeah, there we go. Put that there. Alright, here's the offending lifter. This is what killed this engine, or condemned it anyway. And there's nothing left of that side. I'm amazed we did not find more metal in the oil. But it wasn't really sparkly or anything. Can you hear that? That's crazy. So yeah, it wasn't an AFM lifter that killed this L83. It was just a plain old lifter. So, going back together, this is going to be getting new oil pump, new main bearings, new rod bearings, new rings, of course a full gasket kit, which is remarkably expensive on this engine. The Felpro kit's like $400 or close to. It's going to get all that. I'm going to check the heads to see if they need to be machined. I'm going to check all the valves because we likely have one or two bent valves. New push rods. It's going to get a DOD AFM delete with the 6.6 cam out of the non-AFM engine that they put in the HDs. And then yeah, we'll get it all thrown back together, and when warm weather comes around, maybe we'll be ready to put this thing in the Suburban. Now, I'm not in a hurry. The Suburban's still running fine, but I'd rather get this in there before something happens with that engine versus waiting till it does happen and I'm stuck without my daily. So that's where we're at on it. I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure to let me know. I've actually maybe got a line on some more failed engines. Nothing that I need, but stuff that I could tear down if you guys are interested in seeing that kind of stuff. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one.
Mason jars on dusty shelves to save us now. Neon lights flicker hard, shadows dance aloud. Rusty tools on memories, we share the scars. In this garage we raise hell.